Action.
There you go.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Keeping It Grounded, episode 2. I am the groundskeeper.
And I am somewhere from San Francisco. They call it the Panda Man. See my background. I'm in San Francisco right now.
All right. So a little small talk. What's going on with you this week, Mr. PandaMan?
This week, well, I just got back from Chicago for a 4-day trip. I just did a quick vacation, watched some baseball games, and that was a good time. Ate some food. And so, yeah, I had a very good time. I'm looking forward to go back there soon. What about you?
Nice. Did you get any glizzies while you were out there, as the kids
They
call them?
did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Were they awesome?
The
I hear
Chicago
stadium.
dog is a foot long, and they don't use ketchup, weirdly enough. They
Huh.
do all of the stuff, a lot of the stuff, but then it's only mustard.
I
So,
mean, to be fair, like ketchup is like the weakest of the condiments, really.
hey man, we are not here to hate.
Uh,
Let's not do that.
my week. I played a show out in Vegas at the usual place. I had a blast. I got to play with the legendary Smurl Haggard and
Yeah, love that guy.
a duo called the Desert Darlings. It was a fun show. It was great. I like the venue. I love the stage. The sound guy. His name is Rachel, and he is man. I've had a lot of decent sound guys. I've had a lot of shit sound guys. Best sound engineer that I've ever worked with. Love this guy to
Okay,
death, and the equipment is super cool. So that was, I mean, that's one of the several high points. But I don't want to sit here and just talk about my week. So all right,
yeah.
I'm gonna go over the story of the groundskeeper. Me, I guess it's really the groundskeeper is an idea of what I want to be portrayed when I'm on stage. But I kind of want to talk about where the musical journey started and
Sure,
how it got
sure.
to where it was and where
Yeah,
it
let's
is.
hear it. Where do you got?
Okay. All right. So I started playing music as a duty. I was heavily involved in a church. It was my grandparents' church,
Mhm.
and they had a praise and worship service, and they convinced me to play bass guitar mostly, but also do
Mhm.
some singing and a little bit of keyboard. My grandmother thought it would be good for me to know how to do that so that I can find a nice, good Christian woman to make a family with.
How old were you at the time?
Started when I was like 9.
Okay, so that was the
Um,
first time you held a bass guitar. I was 9 years old.
yeah, yeah. And I hated it. It was
Mm,
not. It was a duty. There was no art. Like the people who I played with, they showed me which frets to press and just taught me the beat, which helped me with
right.
rhythm. I'm sure I
Yeah.
learned rhythm, but I didn't like it. It was a job that I did on Wednesdays and Sundays,
You didn't like playing Amazing Grace or something like
or whatever else they did. There was a lot of
that?
mostly on Wednesdays I did the Spanish services, so I have no idea what the songs were about. I was just going
Oh,
thum 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 thum.
what? What? Why Spanish?
It was my church was half Spanish, half not Spanish. So Sunday regular Sunday service was just for everybody, and then Wednesday
Hmm.
was the Spanish service.
Is it your mom or your grandma?
It was my grandma.
Like your grandma even wanted you to do the Spanish service.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
Oh,
would
interesting.
whenever she was at church, if we weren't at the store where that she owned, that my grandfather owned, we were at church. It was either
Mm,
school, church, or the
okay.
store working. So,
Okay.
um, moving on, I got out of that. I about 12 years old, I moved away and moved in with my mom, and she wanted me to play music. And a lot of people in our family played music. Her mom met Charles Manson, and they loved dudes who played guitar. So my mom tried
Oh,
to buy me department store Christmas specials, those little $100 guitars,
yes.
and it just didn't click. I kept trying because I knew guitar was cool, but it just never clicked. So
What didn't click? Was it because of the quality of the guitar?
that's a huge part of it. The problem is even
Hmm.
when you start getting good at actually fingering chords and getting down rhythm and stuff, the quality of the guitar prevents it from sounding
Mm,
good even when you are good at it. Not only
right.
that, but also, I mean, I was still pretty young and I was all over the place. I was trying to
Yeah.
make friends. I was in a new area, so that kind of fell away too. But fast forward a little bit, I found out about the punk scene. I started volunteering to do security and booking and ticket booth at this venue in Temecula, California, and fell in love with punk rock, which got me exposed to a whole litany of different people and scenes and parties and stuff. And
Right.
so one day I'm actually at like a after party from a rave or something,
Hmm.
and there was this cute little punk girl that I was absolutely smitten by. She was the only punk there at this party,
Right.
and she showed me the song DIY Orgasms by Johnny Hobo and the Freight Trains, and
Hmm.
immediately everything that I knew about music had kind of just clicked, and I was like, that I need to do that. That's what I need to
Right.
do. I went out and I traded stuff for a guitar. I got a decent guitar
Hmm.
for a trade, an illicit trade, and that's where it started. That's where it all kind of clicked and started growing out of. Started trying to write songs, just get really adamant and focused on practicing.
He's an interesting artist, Johnny Hobo and the Freaks.
Yeah, Pat Schneeweiss is man
Yeah.
phenomenal. He's iconic.
Right.
Yeah. So I was obsessed with him. I was obsessed with folk punk. I was trying to make that music. I was trying to write that music. Mostly, I was just
Right.
playing other folk punk artists' music. And
Hmm.
life happened. I fell in love and moved to Orange County. Don't do those things at the same time. It was a. Ooh. Anyways, so I fell in love, moved to Orange County, and I really wanted to take this folk punk thing seriously. So I did what any self-respecting folk punk kid would do, and I made a Craigslist post that I wanted to meet other folk punk musicians.
That is
And
that is like classic folk punk
yeah, yeah,
thing to
especially
do. That
especially
is
in
so
man
funny.
2013.
Craigslist. Maybe today it would be like a Facebook Marketplace kind of deal.
Yeah, yeah,
People still use
probably
Craigslist?
or offer up, but I don't know how
Offer
that
is
would work.
funny. Yeah.
So somebody responded to the ad, and we met at a sketchy park in Anaheim. And he shows up with his guitar. I show up with my guitar, and the my girlfriend at the time was making sure I didn't get raped, so she was standing kind of behind me because I'm a
Hmm.
tender little thing. But
Right.
he walks up, and he looks exactly like I would think
A folk punk
a
artist would
folk
do.
yeah, a
Yeah.
folk punk artist from Anaheim would look like. Walks up in ripped up jeans and a beat up Joy Division T-shirt and an ankle monitor that actually was
Oh
used
my
to detect
God.
the amount of alcohol in your system because he got arrested for alcohol charges.
Oh God.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Waggle, and we started playing
Oh,
together.
Daniel. Okay.
Yeah, one of the most amazing artists, and
Very
still,
super talented.
yeah, we should link some of his solo stuff. He's
Maybe we'll bring him
phenomenal.
as a guest next time and just tell his story.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? He might be on probation. We'll find out. He's gonna
Oh,
watch this and go, "I'm not on probation, you dick."
yeah.
Amazing artist. I could not keep up with him. I'm self-taught, learned on YouTube, but
Yeah.
we meshed. We drank a lot together. We made a lot of bad decisions. Had a whole lot of fun together. Eventually, we started taking the music thing even more seriously, and we wrote together. We each released our own solo album, and we got together with a bunch of other people. We turned our two-piece Class Traders into the Class Traders Collective, and we brought
Mhm.
all these people together and we put out, I want to say, an 11-song album called Things We Shouldn't Have to Say. It should be on
Yes.
Spotify,
No,
SoundCloud or
it's not on
Bandcamp.
Spotify. I think it was on Bandcamp for a while. I don't know if it's there anymore, but I have a lot of tracks that I enjoy from that album.
Yeah, and it was a really cool effort because it was at the core of it. It was both me and Waggle, Daniel. It was both of us, but we also had LSD was in it. We also had her brother Adrian. I forget what his nickname was. We had a guy
Mhm.
named Pending. He didn't like that nickname because
Pending is funny.
he couldn't pick a he couldn't pick a nickname. We also had my childhood best friend Cameron, who we called Caveman at the time, and
Mhm.
all these people got together. We also had Brandon from Rograts. I hope he watches this. Fuck, I love you, Brandon. I miss you.
Mhm.
And we put this album together, and then soon after that, I moved out of Southern California, and up to Mesquite in Southern Nevada, and Class Traders just fell apart. It wasn't going to work distance wise,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
yeah. So, um, Class Traders ended, and up here in Mesquite, I was LSD and I were living together, and we wanted to keep doing the music thing.
Hmm.
So I had already started kind of putting my feelers out there and meeting people in the Las Vegas folk punk scene, started
Right.
playing solo shows. And then eventually we were like, you know what, let's just play the Class Trader songs. And we go out to Vegas and we're playing the Class Trader songs and we start kind of writing here and there. And then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
um, one of my coworkers, this mother, I don't know where you're gonna be down there. This motherfucker right here, um,
Yeah.
can play guitar and sing, and you join the party, and
Yeah. So that's when I come in, and funny enough, because I don't know if people knew or people know that we're coworkers, but the reason that um, Tanner and I became kind of bandmates is because kind of by accident and oh well, not by accident, but by necessity, because I moved to Mesquite to work with for the company that relocated there, and we I needed to do something to kind of stay sane there because knowing Mesquite, it's a tough place to just be in, and unless you're kind of built for it, like I guess Tanner can do it. Um, but yeah, and so that's when I come into the picture. So please
yeah.
continue.
So LSD and I were already kind of starting a little project, but we weren't putting a whole lot of effort into it. And
Yeah.
then Mr. PandaMan here, we got together and things just started falling together. Songs started actually getting finished, and
Hmm.
we set to actually recording. We put out the Six Steps In album, Folk Punk Star.
Yes.
And we even put out a single, Low on Money, High on Life, with the help of
Mhm.
uh, Marshall Little, Mr. This and That, from Go Bold
Another
is the
another talented dude. Oh my
dude. Yeah,
gosh.
Marshall, fucking phenomenal at everything he does. That son of a bitch,
It's
beautiful son
gold,
of
man. It's
yeah,
gold.
yeah.
Just
Uh,
turns
we
to gold.
we put together that. Funny thing about Folk Punk Stars is so we had 11 tracks done, and we were basically done with the end of this. And you
Just okay, time out, time out. For the record, I do not remember this story at all.
you hurt my
And
feelings.
so, well,
So
yeah, but
we're
yeah,
almost
go
done with
ahead.
this album. I thought we were done with this album. Put together 11 songs, including our cover of "I Love You Like an Alcoholic," which is what got Six Steps In. It's real push, but there were 11 songs, and you were like, a full album should be 12 songs.
That
And
is,
you said something that wasn't quite this mean, but the way it hit me was, well, you won't be able to write a song fast enough to hit the release date. You didn't say
God
that,
damn,
but it was something. It was
Jesus.
something like, and I was so just livid. I stormed downstairs. I went out into my shitty little gravel backyard, sat on the little porch swing, and in the length of two American Spirit cigarettes, I finished the title track of the album, Folk Punk Star, and that I love that song. It took
You're
me.
welcome, by the
Yeah,
way.
no,
Yeah,
you were responsible. You were the catalyst for that
right,
song.
right.
The only thing that existed for that song was the fact that I knew that it was too late to be a folk punk star because the folk punk scene had died, and
Right.
I was just kind of scraping up the ashes at these shows is
Yeah.
how I looked at it. So
Isn't it right that the basically the whole root of the thing of the song came from what is the lyrics for the second verse? It's something about like something about cigarettes or something like that. That was ashtrays and something like that. I think that was like the first few lines, and then we
that's
just
that that's the third verse off the
oh,
top
is it the third verse?
without singing the song off the top of my head. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'd have to go through it like new whatever. But I wanted it to also be a shout out to other folk punk artists. So it mentions Mischief Brew and Days and
Yeah.
Days,
Hmm.
and Cranford Nix, who is not really a folk punk star. Like folk punk didn't exist before he
Hmm.
overdosed and died. But I think he's honorary a folk punk musician.
Hmm.
So, all right. So Six Steps In got to that point. Started playing more shows in Vegas. We did our release show out in Vegas with
Yeah.
King Strang. We played a bunch of cool venues, mostly house shows, some warehouses, and of course, life happens. LSD and I had differences. LSD up and left
Yeah.
Mesquite. Think went to Colorado. I
Hmm.
stayed behind, and
Hmm.
I wasn't going to do the music thing, but you helped keep that flame alive, and
Yeah.
then we actually put out one more Six Steps In album,
EP, yeah.
EP, yeah,
Yeah.
One Step Up.
But in my thought, it was one step up because if you remember the album cover, it was you kind of dressed like as a punk artist, but then your reflection shows like someone professional looking, you know what I mean? And
Vice versa, but yeah, it's me,
correct.
it's me seeing myself, it's me as a professional looking in the mirror and still seeing my punk self looking back at me in the mirror.
Correct. And so yeah, so even though you're kind of like getting up there in your rankings at work and stuff like that, you're like got a new house, and so you're progressing in life basically. And so that was my idea behind one step up. I don't know about your
I
idea, but
I like that idea. I thought the artwork, which by the way, that artwork was done by Johnny Terror. Um, Johnny, I don't know if you're gonna watch this, but I'll tag you in this, Johnny. That artwork is amazing, and I love you to this day.
yeah,
It's absolutely awesome.
yeah.
Anyways, okay, so released one more Six Steps In album. And then I just decided to do the solo thing, go back to the Groundskeeper. I wrote a bunch of music, wrote a ton, recorded one song, I recorded like the first love song that was not completely drug related that I've ever
Hmm.
written. I did that. That's the only thing that's released under the Groundskeeper
That is
currently.
wide
That
eyed,
will
right?
be changing soon. But
Yeah.
so that happened, and I still played shows. I was still writing, still performing, doing videos and stuff. And the universe came together. I I was told that I should take my music thing more seriously by somebody else, and I decided to start putting out my feelers. And I met another amazing musician who I miss dearly, Brother Bones. We got
Yeah.
together. This guy was an excellent guitar player, did really cool finger picking, and I happened to just bring it up. I was like, "Would you be interested in playing banjo?" He'd never played banjo before, and the guy
Yeah.
he mastered it in like
Yeah.
2 months. I can't play as well as him, and I've owned a banjo for like
Yeah.
7 years.
Right.
The guy's phenomenal, and we started Thorazine Work Party. Some of the most fun shows I've ever played has been with as Thorazine Work Party with Brother Bones.
Hmm.
We put out a little 3 song EP, and that kind of dictated the direction that my personal style went. I mean, recently I've released a very indie, sad sounding sad boy song, which will probably still exist in the future. But the
Hmm.
Thorazine Work Party style and sound, that's that's where I'm at. That's
Isn't it
that.
interesting? Isn't it interesting that like obviously you're you as an artist, but Six Steps In completely sounds different compared to Thorazine Work Party.
Oh
Isn't
yeah.
that crazy? Like
Well,
it
and
has its own.
six steps in, the underlying theme of it all was always about me and LSD. Everything that we wrote, everything that we came up with was a mix of recovering as addicts,
Right.
um, as well as coming to terms with the fact that fuck, we're adults now. Like her song 25
Oh,
was a real,
so underrated.
yeah,
It
just
doesn't get enough love.
a real beautiful track about going, oh shit, this adult thing is real.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
actually a grown up, and I'm
Mm.
responsible for things. And
Right.
it's just a real good peek into the fact that, like, hey, we're not kids anymore. We're not outside of the venue just hanging out.
Right.
We're paying bills and going to our job 5 days a
It's
week.
adulting, dude. It's adulting. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was that. Thorazine Work Party was realistically, the intent was like there was this whole universe that was being created with characters based off of you, based off of
Hmm.
myself, based off of
Yeah.
Brother Bones, other made up characters. We were starting a narrative with plans for a comic book,
Yeah.
and we were going to do origin songs for each thing. And
Stories. Yeah.
I have all of these notes, so it's not like they're going to go away forever. I want to bring them
Hmm.
back. I would love it to be with Brother Bones. I know he's dealing with some stuff, and we had a little falling out. My
Hmm.
fault, but um,
Right.
I intend on bringing it back. And at bare minimum, even if we're not able to rehash things out and do it, I've got other people that I'm slowly getting together with. Um,
Hmm.
I actually have practice today with a potential bandmate. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
The intent right now is just to kind of feel things out, but
Hmm.
It could either bring back Six Steps In, or it could bring back Thorazine Work Party, or even, man, it could just spawn something entirely new altogether.
Yeah, but I think the music will be alive and it's well right now, because the creative juices are flowing for you for sure. And
Not
I'm
sure
just
how I feel
here,
about juices flowing.
but I'm kind of just here for the ride, no pun intended, because of your my motorcycle stuff. But yeah, I'm here for it, and I'm obviously down to help, and so it's been fun. And funny enough that we started this thing, it was totally by accident because I sent Tanner a picture on Instagram or like a meme, I guess, of like showing people like podcasts things, and it would be like your first episode would be this, your second episode would be like an apology, your third episode is why we're canceled, and so on and so forth. And it was really funny. And then that's what we kind of how it started. I'm like, hey, what would happen if we just started recording and do a podcast? And here we are with second episode at least. So
Yeah, and on the schedule is still an apology episode. It's going to keep
it's
getting
just gonna
pressed
keep going
back.
down until we're actually canceled. So yeah. Okay.
Okay,
So
well, so
what's
that was I mean, there was plenty of detail that I could have gotten into, but I was trying not to, try not to fluff myself up. The story really, like, I wanted to shout out to Six Steps In and the members, and Class Traders and the members, and Thorazine Work Party. I wanted to shout out to all these amazing
yeah.
musicians. I want to have a huge shout out to the folk punk scene in Vegas. Harley Gill for getting me involved. Um, Hambone from the Rifleman,
Oh, I
always
love
being
that
super
guy.
supportive. Smurl Haggard and his beautiful wife Dottie for always including me, and all these people for following my musical journey, and taking care of me as a human being in my crazy roller coaster of a life.
Yeah. Shout out to those Vegas folks. I miss you guys.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess that's the end of this story. Hopefully that went well. I feel like I was
Yeah.
talking
So,
too
so
much.
what is next for you as far as music goes? What's going on?
Uh, I'm doing the solo thing, and fingers
Hmm.
crossed that some of these different people that I'm starting to do collaborate with, fingers
Hmm.
crossed it spawns something new. But that's that
Yeah.
that's the big thing right now. I got another song in the works. I just started a song today.
Yeah.
I intend on putting out some Groundskeeper singles. There's only
Right.
been one song on there for years. I need
Hmm.
to change that, and I intend on finishing at least two before the end of the summer. I just hate recording.
Yeah,
I hate it.
it's tedious, but it's fun. But it's so funny that because when we were talking about the Folk Punk Stars album, where we recorded that was hilarious.
In my walk-in, my
Is
little
your
walk-in
little
closet.
walk-in closet, and then it was just like the makeshift stuff that we used, and I remember recording some tracks on six Folk Punk Stars have what do you call this like percussion, and people, I don't know if they can tell, but everything was through keyboards. And so it was just us using keyboards because we didn't have really anything or room for percussion anyway. But
Yeah, we did
recording that
that.
was such an experience.
We did that not only in a closet, but in the midst of summer in Mesquite. Like, it was
Absolutely.
120, and there was no AC in that closet, and there was a bunch of clothes and towels hanging up to try to dampen the
Yeah.
sound.
Right. It was funny, man.
It
But
was
hey,
folk. It was DIY folk punk as fuck.
who would have thought though, our cover, I think it has 3.5 million streams, over 3.5 million streams. So it's awesome. Shout out to the
Yeah.
taxpayers. So,
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna move on. We're severely over time.
oh
Hopefully people actually listen to this point, because
yeah.
we're blabbering. You're a blabberer. You blabberer. All right. Song
Mm,
pick of the week. Jr.
yeah.
PandaMan. What is your song
Yeah.
pick?
So this week I am picking a song called "Oh Mandy" by the Spinto Band. It's an indie band from 2005. The album was 2005. I really enjoy it, so check it out.
What
What
kind
about
of
you?
music?
Indie has like a little bit of mandolin in it, so
Okay.
let's check it out. I think you'll like it.
Okay, my song pick of the week is I had a little bit of a nostalgia kick. I was thinking about being 15 and being in this dilapidated treehouse in high school, drinking
Mm,
Mickey's hand grenades and barely holding on to consciousness. And my buddy put this song on that brought me back to life. It's called Pirates by Bullets and Octane, and it is just
okay.
such a fun song, just real upbeat and just a
Okay.
little hard enough to make you want to dance.
Yeah.
Excellent track.
Okay, great. Well, thanks for sharing that. And just and that's the thing, we will start posting our songs of the week on Spotify. We're creating a playlist for us to share with you guys if you guys want to listen. So it's going to be in their link to our Instagram page. Tanner will put it in the screenshot here.
Yeah, I'll figure out how to list everything. The YouTube channel is now live with artwork and stuff, and the Instagram channel is official. I'll keep posting the podcast stuff on my personal Instagram and
Yeah,
Facebook, but I'll also make sure to include a link to all of our song picks of the week. And I would love to anybody who's listening, feel free to reach out to me personally on Instagram or on Facebook, whatever messenger. Send me music. I'm probably not going to pick your song per se, unless all of a sudden it just blows me away. But what I love to do is I love to hear new music, and I love to see where it takes me when I just let a playlist roll. Sometimes it might be the same exact band. It could be that exact song, but a lot of the time it's just this journey of getting through somebody else's interests and how it connects to the algorithm of my own interest. And all of a sudden there's I mean, I like everything. So all of a sudden I'm listening to hip
yeah,
hop
yeah,
and metal, and then it's clashing, and then it's a hip hop reggae song like Rat Race, which is not the song pick
yeah.
of the week, but that's an example.
Well, if you send it to me and I actually like it, I will put it here as I will add it to our
Listen
songs of
here,
the week,
you little
and
kiss ass.
we'll give you shout outs too. So I don't know, that might think sounds better, but send it to Tanner too.
Cool. All right. Well, hey,
All
thanks
right,
everybody for listening, and
thank you.
we got another one coming up next week.
Yeah, we have no idea what we're gonna do yet, but we'll figure it out. All right,
Sweet.
bye.